Have you ever felt the storm within? A meeting tomorrow, bills waiting on the table, a relationship breaking apart, and suddenly, your chest tightens as if the world itself is collapsing on you. In those moments, chaos feels infinite, and peace seems impossible. But what if I told you that 2,000 years ago, men standing before wars, plagues, and empires discovered a way to remain calm? They left behind a map, not just for surviving, but for mastering yourself amidst the storm. We live in an age of pressure. Notifications never stop. Expectations climb higher. Failures weigh heavier. Anxiety, fear, and doubt spread faster than ever. But though our struggles look modern, the feelings are ancient. The Stoics, Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, Seneca, faced their own storms. They asked the same question you ask in silence. How do I stay calm when everything feels out of control? Their answers are not abstract philosophy. They are tools, practical, sharp, unshakable. Stoicism is not about suppressing emotions or pretending to be made of stone. It is about clarity. It is about training your mind to separate what you can control from what you cannot, to find order in the disorder, to plant roots of peace that no storm can rip out. In this video, we will uncover 7 timeless lessons from Stoic wisdom, principles that can turn your daily chaos into a training ground for calm strength. By the end of this journey, you will not only understand Stoic wisdom, you will carry it. You will walk away with practical tools: how to stay calm when provoked, how to transform fear into focus, how to hold steady when life shakes you. This is not just philosophy. It is a survival kit for the soul, a compass pointing you back to calm no matter how fierce the storm. Welcome to Stoic Miracles. The first lesson of calm is simple, yet difficult. Control what you can and release what you cannot. The Stoics taught that most of our suffering does not come from events themselves, but from our resistance to them. Imagine grasping water. It slips away the tighter you hold. Life, too, resists our grip on things beyond us: the weather, the economy, the opinions of others. Peace begins when you stop fighting what is outside your hands and redirect your energy toward what you truly command: your thoughts, your actions, your character. Epictetus, once a slave who became a master of wisdom, said it clearly: some things are in our control and others not. With this one sentence, he cut the knot of confusion that ties our hearts. You cannot decide the winds, but you can choose how to set your sails. You cannot silence criticism, but you can train your response. By dividing the world into 2 realms, what belongs to you and what does not, you reclaim freedom. Calm is not the absence of storms, but mastery of your steering wheel within them. Think of Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, burdened with wars and betrayals. He could not control plagues devastating his empire. He could not control conspirators in his own palace. Yet in his private journal, he wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Picture him, surrounded by generals shouting, maps burning with news of defeat, yet his pen remained steady. His calm was not born from blindness to chaos, but from the discipline of turning his gaze inward, where true command resides. Now, let's bring it to your life. You cannot stop your boss from criticizing, or the economy from shifting, or the traffic from snarling. But you can choose not to explode with anger, not to drown in despair, not to waste energy on resistance. You can choose to breathe, to speak calmly, to act with integrity. This choice is your fortress. Imagine each moment as a gate. Storms pound at the walls, but only you decide which thoughts and actions pass through. This is the beginning of calm power, the first Stoic miracle. The second lesson of calm lies in perspective. Life is not determined by what happens to you, but by how you interpret it. The Stoics taught that every obstacle, every loss, every insult is not inherently good or bad. It is simply an event. You are the storyteller who decides its meaning. The same rain can ruin a festival or nourish the crops. The same setback can feel like defeat or like training. When you master perspective, you master the lens through which life is filtered, and suddenly, calm becomes possible. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Here lies the Stoic key. Events carry no weight until you assign meaning. Distress, anxiety, rage, these are born not from reality, but from judgment. And if judgment is the source, judgment can be unmade. The calm person is not immune to life's storms. They are immune to false interpretations that turn storms into prisons. Consider a soldier captured in battle. He loses his freedom, his rank, his comforts. Yet within the prison walls, he chooses to see not punishment, but training. This was the reality of Epictetus, born a slave, crippled by his master, yet later revered as a philosopher. His perspective turned chains into classrooms. He taught that freedom is not the absence of obstacles, but the ability to choose your attitude within them. When others saw only tragedy, he saw the soil from which wisdom grows. In your own life, perspective is the battlefield. A failed job interview can feel like humiliation or like training for the next opportunity. A breakup can feel like the end or like the beginning of self-discovery. Each moment is neutral until you write the story. The Stoic discipline is to pause, step back, and ask, what else could this mean? Calm is not waiting for life to be gentle. It is learning to look at hardship and see it as a sculptor sees raw stone, potential in disguise. The third lesson of calm is the discipline of desire, wanting less so you may live free. Much of our anxiety is born from craving, status, possessions, recognition. The Stoics taught that when you anchor happiness to things outside your control, you hand over your peace like a prisoner giving away keys. Calm arises when you shift from endless wanting to deliberate choosing. Desire less, and suddenly you have more room for gratitude. The calmest souls are not those who own everything, but those who are not owned by anything. Seneca, advisor to emperors yet a critic of luxury, warned, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." His words slice through centuries like steel. Poverty is not about possessions. It is about insatiable hunger. Calm cannot exist in a restless heart. By disciplining desire, you free yourself from invisible chains. You can still enjoy wealth, beauty, friendship, but without clinging. To hold lightly is to live calmly. To release easily is to live free. Cato the Younger, a Stoic senator, walked barefoot through snow while others wore boots of fur. He dined on plain bread while others feasted. Why? Not from poverty, but from principle. He trained his soul to need less so that no loss could ever break him. Imagine the power of a man whom luxury could not seduce and hardship could not destroy. His calm was not weakness, but unshakable independence. When Rome descended into decadence, Cato's simplicity shone like gold against stone-gray corruption. In your life, craving may look different. New phones, promotions, likes on social media, but the chains are the same. The calm path is to pause and ask, do I truly need this, or am I enslaved by wanting? Train yourself to find satisfaction in what you already hold. Each moment of gratitude is a fortress against chaos. True wealth is calm. True luxury is freedom. When you want less, you begin to live more, and no storm of desire can shake you again. The fourth lesson of calm is to embrace discomfort as training. Our modern world teaches us to flee from pain, to avoid hardship, to seek comfort at any cost. But the Stoics saw discomfort as a forge. Just as fire tempers steel, challenge tempers the soul. Calm is not found in avoiding difficulty, but in walking into it with purpose. Each trial is a teacher, each struggle a sharpening stone. The man who trains in hardship becomes unshakable when life delivers its storms. Seneca once wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." This is the discipline of discomfort, not punishment, but practice. Every moment of resistance is a chance to train. To lift what feels heavy today is to grow stronger for tomorrow. Calm is not inherited. It is earned, one test at a time. Like a soldier training before war, You condition your soul with small struggles so that when greater storms come, you stand firm instead of falling. Epictetus, born into slavery and crippled by cruelty, found freedom not in comfort but in resilience. His leg was broken by his master, yet he turned agony into philosophy. He taught that pain is not the end of freedom, it is the beginning of mastery. Imagine a man chained, yet calm, wounded, yet unbroken. His life proves the Stoic paradox that suffering, embraced wisely, becomes power. Discomfort stripped him of illusions, but it gave him something greater, unshakable strength. Today, discomfort surrounds us in subtle ways: rejection, failure, long hours, loneliness. Most run from it, but the Stoic runs toward it. Each rejection can train your patience. Each failure can strengthen your humility. Each sleepless night can sharpen your resolve. To embrace discomfort is to reframe it, not as punishment, but as practice. The more you train in life's daily frictions, the calmer you become when true storms arrive. Calm is not comfort. It is courage under pressure. The fifth lesson of calm is gratitude and presence. Anxiety thrives in the past and the future. It feeds on regrets and worries. But peace lives in the present, and gratitude is the doorway. The Stoics taught that every sunrise is a gift, every breath a miracle, every hardship a teacher. Gratitude shifts your eyes from what is missing to what is already here. To practice presence is to anchor yourself in the now, where storms lose their grip and calm finds its home. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, when you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love. Gratitude transforms existence. It does not erase pain, but it reframes it, placing even hardship within the larger canvas of life's miracle. To wake each day with thanks is to declare victory before the battle begins. Calm is not born of ignoring problems, but of remembering that life itself, this breath, this heartbeat, is already enough. Imagine a soldier in the freezing frontiers of Rome, far from family, cold and weary. Instead of despair, Marcus Aurelius wrote his meditations. In tents filled with frost and silence, he recorded gratitude for the very act of being alive. His journals were not complaints, but reminders of privilege, to breathe, to think, to act with virtue. From such gratitude, calm was born, even as empires shook. Gratitude did not blind him to suffering. It gave him the strength to endure it with dignity. In your life, gratitude is not abstract, it is a practice. Each morning, pause and name 3 things you are thankful for: a friend's kindness, the food on your table, the breath in your lungs. In doing so, you train your mind to see abundance where it once saw only lack. Presence follows gratitude. When you are thankful for this moment, you stop running into tomorrow's fears. Calm is not waiting for life to be perfect. It is choosing to be grateful now, imperfect as it is. The sixth lesson of calm is clarity of purpose. Without purpose, the mind drifts like a ship without anchor, tossed by every wave of doubt and distraction. But with purpose, storms cannot scatter you. The Stoics believe that every person must ask, "What am I here for?" When you know your aim, hardship becomes training, setbacks become feedback, and success becomes service. Calm arises not from drifting, but from aligning your life with a direction so clear that no chaos can blur it. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "A man's worth is no greater than his ambitions." Purpose is the compass that gives meaning to every step. Without it, life shrinks to random struggles. With it, even suffering is transformed into service. The calm person is not aimless. He may face storms, but he never forgets the shore he sails toward. Ambition here is not vanity, but clarity, the decision to live for something larger than comfort. Purpose does not erase pain, but it makes pain worthwhile. Think of Viktor Frankl, though not a Stoic, yet echoing their truth. Imprisoned in Nazi camps, he discovered that survival depended not on strength alone, but on purpose. Those who lived for something, family, work, faith, endured beyond despair. His words mirror Stoic wisdom. He who has a why can bear almost anyhow. The same was true for the Stoics themselves. Marcus, carrying Rome's weight, endured because he lived for duty. Purpose was their shield, their steady flame in history's darkest nights. In your life, clarity of purpose is both shield and sword. If your purpose is only comfort, you will break at the first storm. But if your purpose is growth, service, or truth, then hardship becomes fuel. Write down your why. Ask yourself daily, am I living toward it? Calm comes when every decision serves your purpose. With clarity, chaos cannot seduce you because you already know the path. Purpose does not make storms vanish. It makes you the kind of person who can walk through them. The seventh lesson of calm is to end each day with reflection and preparation. Life is too fast, too loud, too relentless to move through without pause. The Stoics believe that the day is not complete until you have looked back and asked, what did I do well? What could I have done better? Reflection turns mistakes into lessons. Preparation turns uncertainty into readiness. Calm is not built in grand gestures. It is built in the quiet review of your soul each night. So tomorrow begins with clarity. Seneca advised, each day, we should call ourselves to account. What infirmity have I mastered today? What passion opposed? What temptation resisted? What virtue acquired? Reflection is the mirror of progress. Without it, we drift in the same mistakes. With it, we sharpen the soul daily, like a sword kept ready. Preparation then steadies tomorrow. To ask yourself before sleep is to guard your calm against regret, and to rise with a map instead of a storm. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, faced endless wars, betrayals, and plagues. Yet at the end of each day, he turned inward. In the privacy of his meditations, he wrote not for others, but to sharpen his own soul. His empire was crumbling, yet his inner empire was built each night, one reflection at a time. Imagine the mightiest man on earth pausing like a student before himself. Reflection was not weakness. It was the emperor's fortress of calm, preparation for the battles of dawn. Your life, too, is an empire of choices. Each night, take 10 minutes. Put away the noise. Write, what did I learn? What will I improve tomorrow? In that quiet, storms lose their power. Calm is not the absence of problems. It is the habit of reflection, the courage of preparation. The Stoics teach us that peace is not given. It is built, one day at a time. End today with reflection. Begin tomorrow with strength. That is how you carry calm into eternity. You have walked through 7 lessons of Stoic calm. To control what you can, to master perspective, to discipline desire, to embrace discomfort, to practice gratitude, to define your purpose, and to end each day with reflection. Each is not a theory but a tool, forged in the fires of history, sharpened by men who stood against plagues, wars, and betrayal. What they carried through empires and centuries is now in your hands. Calm is not distant. It is a discipline, waiting to be practiced today. Remember this. Calm is not the absence of storms, but the power to stand within them. You are not at the mercy of chaos. You are the captain of your response, the author of your perspective, the guardian of your purpose. Each time you choose calm over panic, gratitude over complaint, courage over fear, you strengthen the fortress within. No empire, no economy, no opinion can take that from you. Calm is not weakness. It is unshakable strength. Tonight, before you sleep, take a pen and write 3 things. What you controlled well, what you are grateful for, and what you will face tomorrow with courage. This is your daily Stoic practice. Small steps, repeated daily, carve a calm that no storm can erase. Do not wait for life to be easy. Train now, and life will bow before your strength. Begin today. Begin now. Your calm is waiting to be claimed. This is Stoic Miracles. Carry these lessons into your life, and you will discover that calm is not rare. It is yours. When storms rise, remember the wisdom of Marcus, Seneca, and Epictetus. You are stronger than the chaos. Until next time, stand firm, live wisely, and walk the golden path within.